Brothers and sisters of Jamaica, I bring you greetings from the red soil of Burkina Faso, the same earth that once bled for Africa's freedom, the same spirit that refuses to die. I have crossed no ocean, for the ocean cannot divide those who share one heartbeat. When I speak to you, I speak to family. You and I are bound by the same story written in different tongues, a story of chains, resistance, and resurrection. You were taken from our shores and forced to sing songs in another man's language, yet your voice remained African. Even when they tried to erase your name, your rhythm kept our memory alive. From the drums of the Maroons to the hymns of Kingston, I have heard Africa's heartbeat echoing across the sea. But I must speak truth, even when truth burns. Jamaica, you are free in name, yet not free in spirit. The colonizer who once carried a whip now carries a pen. The empires that built fortunes from your ancestors' sweat now return as lenders and advisors, teaching you how to govern your own house. They tell you what is modern, what is democratic, what is acceptable. They tell you who your friends are and who your enemies must be. You see, they fear a Jamaica that thinks for itself. They fear a Jamaica that trades with Africa instead of borrowing from Europe. They fear a Jamaica that teaches its children their true history, not the one edited to glorify colonizers. Because when Jamaica stands with Africa, it exposes the great lie, that the descendants of slaves must forever serve the descendants of masters. I do not say this to attack your leaders, but to awaken them. A leader who cannot say no to the West cannot say yes to his people. The IMF does not come to save you, it comes to shape you. The loans they offer are not gifts, they are handcuffs made of gold. I call upon the youth of Jamaica, the dreamers, the thinkers, the builders. Your destiny is not to migrate in search of survival. It is to rise and rebuild where your ancestors fell. Do not let the world reduce your pride to entertainment, your genius to tourism, your culture to a brand. You are the keepers of a fire that once lit revolutions. Let that fire burn again, not in anger, but in creation. Jamaica, Africa is watching you, and Africa does not watch as a stranger. She watches as a mother, waiting for her children to come home, not by ships, but by purpose. The time has come to lift your eyes from the west and see the sunrise in the east, your true reflection, your true family. Brothers and sisters of Jamaica, when I look at you, I do not see a distant people. I see Africa, living and breathing on another shore. You are not an island forgotten by history. You are the echo of a continent's courage, the continuation of a struggle that began long before chains and ships. You are Africa's rhythm made flesh, Africa's pride wearing the colors of the Caribbean. When I speak to you today, I speak not as a politician, but as a son of the same pain and the same hope. I have seen how the world divides us. Africans here, Afro-Caribbeans there, African-Americans somewhere in between. But tell me, who benefits from this division? Certainly not us. The only hands that grow stronger are the same ones that once drew borders through our lands and through our hearts. They tell you Africa is poor, yet they steal her gold and diamonds. They tell us Jamaica is small, yet they drain her spirit through debt and dependency. Our enemies have never been our neighbors. Our enemies are those who profit from our separation. They fear the day the descendants of Africa, whether in Kingston or Ouagadougou, stand together and say, enough. Jamaica, your ancestors did not perish on those ships. They became seeds. From those seeds grew freedom fighters, dreamers, and artists whose voices reached back to Africa like a drumbeat calling home. When Bob Marley sang, "Africa Unite," it was not poetry, it was prophecy. That unity must now become reality. But unity is not built on emotion alone. It is built on shared purpose. Africa is rising, not because of permission, but because of decision. We are breaking the chains of foreign domination, rejecting bases, and reclaiming our land. And as we do, we call to you, our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, join us. Let Africa and Jamaica trade knowledge, not just goods. Let our youth collaborate on technology, culture, and education, not just music and sport. Imagine a future where students from Accra and Kingston study under the same roof, learning African history from African voices. Imagine African companies investing in Jamaican agriculture, Jamaican engineers building renewable energy projects in the Sahel, our artists shaping one Pan-African identity the world cannot ignore. This is not a dream, it is a duty. We owe it to our ancestors who endured the unendurable, who crossed an ocean of pain so that we might live to finish their journey. We owe it to our children, who must inherit not the shame of division, but the pride of unity. Jamaica, Africa is not a place to visit, it is your home returning to your heart. Together we are not two lands, but one people. One ancestry, one destiny, and the time has come to live as one. Brothers and sisters, let me tell you the truth that the world hides behind polite diplomacy. The West never left Africa, it only changed its clothes. The colonial flags came down, but their hands stayed in our pockets. And they did not just steal our gold and oil, they stole our confidence, our belief that we could survive without their permission. They use new weapons now, not guns, but agreements, not soldiers, but institutions. When the IMF, the World Bank, or other so-called development partners arrive with smiling faces and papers to sign, they bring chains, not change. They lend us our own wealth and call it aid. They buy our leaders with comfort and divide our people with lies. In Jamaica, I see the same playbook. The West praises you with one hand and punishes you with the other. They tell you to privatize what belongs to your people, to cut the roots of your sovereignty in exchange for short-term relief. They sell you dreams of modernity, while your farmers struggle and your youth leave home to chase dignity abroad.
Lovely viewers, welcome to AMF4 TV. My name is Richard Che. I hope you are fine. Okay, we are talking about how African leaders has to be united by this an influential leader, Burkina Faso President Ibrahim Traore. There is a video on social media, especially on our handles, that we have to share it to you for you people to comment on it, on how statements he has been making all these days. We'll keep on updating you on this issue, but don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of this video as well as similar videos like this. Let's listen to whatever he said and on social media to see, and then also don't forget to comment when you watch this video. Kindly also not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this video for people to also watch and like as well.
The same people who tell Africa to open its markets close their own borders, the same ones who preach democracy fund the very chaos that weakens us. You see, brothers and sisters, neocolonialism does not wear a uniform anymore. It wears a suit. It sits in boardrooms, not battlefields, and its goal is the same, to control our destiny without appearing to. But this generation is not blind. I have seen young Africans in Dakar, in Accra, in Ouagadougou who are awake. I have met young Jamaicans who question why their leaders still look to London for approval. The youth of our nations no longer want to imitate the West. They want to define what development means on their own terms. You see, the real revolution today is not fought with bullets, but with minds. It is a battle of ideas, of narratives. They want to convince us that we are small, that we must accept their help to survive. But the truth is, they need us more than we need them. Africa feeds the world, yet the world starves Africa. The Caribbean sings to the world, yet the world silences its cry. Jamaica, do not let your sovereignty be written in fine print. No nation that dances to the music of its former masters will ever find its own rhythm. I speak not with anger, but with clarity. For every time Africa bows, the world loses balance. And when we rise, the earth itself shifts. The time has come to see through the mask of partnership and recognize the truth. Until Africa and her children stop being clients of the West, true freedom remains unfinished. Jamaica, when I look into your history, I see my reflection. Not a reflection of distance, but of shared struggle. You were colonized by the same empire that once branded our ancestors as property. The chains that touched your soil were forged in the same fires that burned across Africa. And though oceans separate us, our wounds carry the same salt. But you, like us, are still standing. You survived what was designed to erase you. You built music that healed the world, faith that carried hope where governments failed, and a culture that even empires could not silence. You turned suffering into strength. That is the African spirit alive in you. Yet I must speak honestly, the colonizer never leaves willingly. Even now, their influence lingers like a shadow over your decisions, your economy, your identity. They may no longer wear crowns, but they still dictate interest rates. They may not hold whips, but they still control the flow of credit and trade. The West learned long ago that you do not need to occupy a people when you can own their future through debt. In Burkina Faso, we saw the same pattern. Foreign powers telling us what to grow, what to mine, how to trade, and even how to think. And when we dared to question it, they called us rebels. But a man who fights for his own soil is not a rebel. He is a son returning home. So I say this to my Jamaican brothers and sisters, you are not poor. You have been robbed. Your land, your labor, your brilliance, all have been undervalued by those who fear what happens when you truly awaken. They fear that one day Kingston will speak the same truth as Ouagadougou, that we will no longer sell our future for pennies wrapped in promises. The world tries to divide us by calling one developed and the other developing. But tell me, what is development if it demands you forget your soul? Is it progress when your wealth serves another man's bank? We have been told that freedom was given to us through independence, but independence without economic control is a flag without foundation. Jamaica, look at Africa not as your past, but as your possibility. We are rebuilding our institutions, our currencies, and our dignity without waiting for approval. You too can rise beyond the systems that limit you. Let us build bridges of trade, of technology, of education. Let the children of the Caribbean study African science, and the children of Africa sing Jamaican songs. Because the day the black man from Lagos, the woman from Port-au-Prince, and the youth from Kingston recognize they share one destiny, the world will tremble. We are one family scattered by history, but united by awakening, and our time has come to write our story, not as victims, but as victors of the new century. My brothers and sisters, there is something the world never tells us, that obedience to the West always comes with a cost. It does not come as generosity, but as control.
Lovely viewers, welcome to AMN4 TV. My name is Richard Che. I hope you are fine. Okay, we are talking about how African leaders has to be united by this an influential leader, Burkina Faso President Ibrahim Traore. There is a video on social media, especially on our handles, that we have to share it to you for you people to comment on it, on how statements he has been making all these days. We'll keep on updating you on this issue, but don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of this video as well as similar videos like this. Let's listen to whatever he said and on social media to see, and then also don't forget to comment when you watch this video. Kindly also not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this video for people to also watch and like.